Let's talk about Momodora Moonlit Farewell. Hi guys, welcome in for another episode of GameFeelz. Today we're going to be talking about Momodora Moonlit Farewell. There will be spoilers in this episode, so if you don't want to be spoiled, maybe go check out one of my other episodes, such as my most recent episode of Gamer Chats with the Surikai, or an episode of GameFeelz with my little brother, where we talk about Final Fantasy X. That being said, let's go ahead and dive into it. Momodora Moonlit Farewell is the fifth game in the Momodora series, which I didn't know when I picked it up. I actually didn't know there were any other Momodora games, but that didn't stop me from enjoying the game. The game felt really good to play. It felt familiar, like getting home and sitting in your favorite chair. You start your journey in Kao. You discover that village demons are invading your village because someone is ringing the bell down in the forest. And you're later to discover that the person responsible for ringing the bell is the moon gods. And there's really only references to the other games. There's two characters from the city of Karst. And it wasn't until I started Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight that I knew it was from another game. You are given a set of notes from someone in Kaho to kind of fill you in on major plot points, but again, I didn't discover that until way later. The combat doesn't do anything super innovative. It draws a lot from other Metroidvanias, like getting iframes from your dodge. You can heal using magic, and your sword, just like the other games, is a maple leaf. There are items that you can pick up called sigils that can enhance your abilities. Like if you reach a certain threshold of HP, your damage is increased, or your healing abilities can become increased. There are also companions who can heal you, attack, or help you find more money. And the boss fights aren't super complicated. They're pretty straightforward. There was one or two that gave me kind of a difficult time. One of them being the final boss, Ceylin, who you find out wanted to rebirth the world anew, and that's why they were ringing the demon bell. The annoying thing about that fight was it was kind of like a stereotypical RPG where you think you've won, and lo and behold, there's another form. And if you fell off the edge at any point, you had to start over from the beginning. And another one of my big gripes with Momodora Moonlit Farewell is the map takes a tremendous amount of time to traverse, with no fast travel option until much later in the game. Everything is pretty spread out, like getting from one section to another can take a long time. One thing that's nice is if you haven't discovered something on the map, there is a question mark letting you know that there's something there. If it's in the Demon Frontier and you're in the Fairy Village, have fun getting there. With all that being said, Momodora Moonlit Farewell won't be making my game of the year, or even probably my top 10 of the year. However, it was a joy to play because you could just sit down, pick it up, and play. You didn't have to think about what you were doing all that much. It wasn't stressful at any point, with the exception of the Lyneth fights. That was the only real challenge. It was really easy to find items that improved your combat or your attack power or your health. The mana berries were a little bit trickier to find. Aside from that, everything else was pretty straightforward. And if you're just looking to sit and unwind by play a game without having to do or think much, this would be a really good game for you because you're not going to struggle to do too much or be confused by anything really. Well guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I know it's a little bit shorter, but that's because there really wasn't a whole lot to say. It was kind of a short game and everything was pretty straightforward. I know it sounds like I'm kind of harping on the game. I do think it's worth being talked about. I think it's worth playing if you're kind of in between games or you're waiting for something else to come out. If you liked today's video, leave it a like if you like. Maybe drop a comment down below, and I will see you for the next one.